All right, Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakach Kodash. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well, and salutations on the brethren on the earth, four corners of the earth, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. Now, I wanted to share a little information with Akyam concerning this whole net neutrality scandal. Now, I'm gonna get into a little bit of history and what net neutrality is. But I got a video that I wanted to play about Jay Rockefeller because he's the one that voiced the opinion of the elites when he said that the internet should have never been invented. And now the elites are really starting to show their horns on basically enforcing what Jay Rockefeller said all them years ago, because the truth is getting out, and this whole net neutrality scandal is nothing but a stab at the truth all the way around. There's no other reason for this net neutrality, especially when it comes to capitalism, so to speak. Since America's all about capitalism, when it comes to making money, and you see America and the rest of the world is moving to be increasingly digital now. Especially now that you got the rise of cryptocurrencies. You got the rise of Apple Pay, Android Pay, near field communication, and all these other digital payment gateways. So the only people that this benefit are the internet service providers. This actually puts internet-based companies further into the red. Like, for example, if you have Netflix is already charging you, depending on how many devices you have signed up for that you can play it on. Netflix charges you $12 a month, right? With the revoking of net neutrality, you're going to also spend that $12 a month for Netflix, but on top of that, your internet service provider, whether it be Spectrum, which used to be Time Warner Cable, Comcast, AT&T, or any other type of charter company that you have in your area, they have the power to charge you to even give you access to go to that site, just like they charge you for access for premium cable channels like HBO and Cinemax and Showtime. They can charge you to give you access for Netflix, so they'll charge you an extra $5 for an internet package to give you access to Netflix, Hulu, whatever other internet streaming sites are out there. Plus, you have to pay the fee for access to those streaming on those sites as well. So if they charge you $5 for accessing Netflix, and Netflix charges you $12, that's damn near $20 that you have to pay just to watch Netflix every month. And this is going to affect other products as well. Other shopping sites like Amazon, Walmart online, Best Buy online, and things like that. Especially stuff like eBay, other merchants. So this is actually going to kill business, but it wouldn't make any other sense but to stop the truth from going out, because now you're going to be charged for things like using Google, or using Yahoo, or using Bing, So I'm just gonna get into it. I hope this edifies you, brothers. Let's go.
Tomorrow, a full committee hearing on cybersecurity. And this comes within our purview on this committee. And not trying to be dramatic about it, when the internet was invented, everybody fell flat in their face. They were so thrilled. And the world began to do business in a different way. Now, both the President Bush's Director of National Intelligence, Mike McConnell, who I greatly respect, and President Obama's Director of National Intelligence, Admiral Blair, who I greatly respect, have labeled cybersecurity perpetrated through the internet as the #1 national hazard of attack on the homeland in West Virginia, in West Virginia, America, or anywhere else. So, it really almost makes you ask the question, would it have been better if we'd never invented the internet? and had to use paper and pencil or whatever. And that's a stupid thing to say, but it has genuine consequence because it's on the internet that these acts of shutting down, they have the television saying that ads every day saying that the Department of Defense is attacked 3 million times a day, and it's true. Everybody is attacked. Anybody can do it. People say, well, it's China and Russia, but there could be, some kid in Latvia doing the same thing. I mean,
So he said there's basically too much truth getting out. He said they have this thing on the internet where the Pentagon gets attacked 3,000 times a day, and it's true. So they're more concerned with the truth getting out, man, and that's what this is all about. Because when it comes to money and business, this whole net neutrality repealment doesn't make any type of sense. Now what net neutrality is basically it's based around the idea and the principle that everything on the internet should be fair game. So this is the Wikipedia article. We're going to read from Wikipedia. Net neutrality. It says net neutrality is a principle that internet service providers must treat all data on the internet the same and not discriminate or charge differently by user, content, website, platform, application, type of attached equipment, or method of communication. So right there, that tells you what net neutrality is. So that's basically saying that everything is supposed to be free. Nothing's supposed to be charged by all these different categories, because they're just microtransactions. But what they did was the FCC repealed net neutrality, meaning that now internet service providers they can charge differently by user, content, website, platform, application, or method of communication. Now they can charge you for, not only can they charge you for all of this, they can charge you different rates for all of this. It says, for instance, under these principles, internet service providers are unable to intentionally block. Now, that's what I was talking about earlier with Netflix. Now, soon you'll have to pay to get access to Netflix, or they're going to block you, just like they block HBO unless you pay for it. Slow down or charge money for specific websites and online content. Now, so that's exactly what net neutrality is. But now, since they reversed it, now internet service providers like Spectrum, Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, Verizon, and I'm going to get into that later. Now they'll be able to charge you for all these things, man. And different websites and content will be blocked. And yes, that means YouTube too. That means certain YouTube channels as well. That means limited access to the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Because now, what this is going to do is this is going to stop people from looking up content. It's going to stop people from researching. It's going to stop people from watching videos. It's going to hinder the men of the Lord from putting out certain information, and releasing it to the masses in the name of Yahweh, in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's what this is going to do. That's what this has to do with the truth all around, man. This is Psalms 119 and 1. It says, Allah, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. Oh, Slakia. Matter of fact. Wrong scripture. Alright, Slakia. This is Psalms 19:1. It says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. Which this scripture, brothers should know the scripture by now. This is the scripture of the internet, man. This is the scripture of the unicorn, of the Urim and the Thummim. So this is basically letting you know that knowledge is everywhere, man. And this is the information age only because of the internet, And the elites, they know and understand that. They just didn't have a way to stop it until now, So all the knowledge that's out here, man, including the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which all belongs to the Lord anyway, is going to be hindered. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Because now on the internet, you can translate everything. You translate documents and video straight to your language, man, and you can understand it. You know, that's why the truth has grown at an exponential rate. To where it's all over the world. It says their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of this world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun. You know, so the truth has gone out through all the earth, man. Due to the internet, but due to the FCC repealing net neutrality, they're stopping the word from going out just by adding a cover charge onto every little thing. Because now people aren't going to want to pay those fees to go to Google, to use Google.com, or to use Yahoo, or to use Bing, or to use Ask Jeeves, because, or even to use encyclopedias like Britannica online, or Wikipedia, or WikiLeaks, So they're not going to want to do that, so that's going to limit people from actually looking things up, and seeing the truth for themselves, I mean, yeah, people might pay for YouTube. They might pay for Facebook and other social media and things like that. But what if they start charging for certain pages or blocking certain pages, They can do all of that with the power of this anti-net neutrality rule, man. It says FCC repeals net neutrality rule despite widespread protests. Net neutrality advocates rally in the front of Federal Communications Commission ahead of Thursday's vote in Washington, U.S. December 13th, 2017. Because this is going to start riots, man, and it's already happening. There are huge protests about this thing everywhere, It says the Federal Communications Commission has voted to repeal the rules classifying internet providers as public utilities. Critics say this will lead to pay-for-play behavior by providers, which, while FCC chair argues it will benefit consumers, which that's a straight-up lie. How can you benefit consumers by blocking content and charging them for everything, man? When consumers are looking for a way to save a buck, man. It says the Republican Majority Commission voted along party lines on Thursday to repeal the 2015 rules adopted under the Obama administration, which classified ISPs as public utilities under a 1934 law intended to regulate telephone service. FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, which we're going to get into this guy. This guy used to be the lawyer, head lawyer for Verizon Wireless, So now you're starting to understand that this is being played on the part of the big business internet providers, man. Has argued that these heavy-handed regulations throttled investment and innovation and harmed poor and rural consumers. Now, that's a lie. This doesn't harm poor and rural consumers, because poor and rural consumers, some of these people don't have internet, man. They don't have the power to come into town and pay for an internet service provider and use it out where they are, because a lot of ISPs, they don't run coaxial cable, they don't run fiber optics out into the boonies some damn where, man. So by charging them more, for the little bitty internet speed that they have, i.e. in Verizon, because Verizon issues the Verizon Jetpacks, which are basically MiFi, which is mobile Wi-Fi, and you can use it in your house, in your car, anything like that. They already charge you a huge cover charge for the gigabytes that you're using, and they get used up pretty quick. So now they're going to be charging these rural customers more, and they can't even afford to pay more than what they're already paying for the service. So really, they're the ones that's harming poor and rural consumers by passing this. This is not Thunderdome. The FCC is not killing the internet, Commissioner Brandon Carr said at the hearing on Thursday. We are not relying on market forces alone. We are not giving ISPs free rein to dictate your online experience. But that's a lie, because you are. And even if you're not now, that's exactly what's going to start happening. I dissent from the from the contempt this agency has shown our citizens in pursuing this path today. It said Commissioner Jessica Rosenworcel, adding the repeal puts FCC on the wrong side of history. Now, I'm not going to read this whole article, But I will go into this guy here, Ajit Pai, now he's the head of the FCC, which he used to be the lawyer for Verizon Wireless. Now I'm just going to read a little bit about him and what he's about. It says Ajit Varadaj Pai, born January 10th, 1973, is an American attorney who served the chairman of the United States Federal Communications Commission. He is the first Indian American to hold the office. He has served in various positions at the FCC since being appointed to the commission by President Barack Obama in May 2012. At the recommendation of Mitch McConnell, he was confirmed unanimously by the United States Senate on May 7, 2012, and was sworn in on May 14, 2012 for a 5-year term. In January 2017, President Donald Trump designated Pai as FCC chairman. In March 2017, Trump announced that he would renominate Pai to serve another 5-year term as FCC chairman. Pai was confirmed by the U.S. Senate for an additional 5-year term as FCC chairman on October 2, 2017. Before his appointment to the FCC, Pai held positions with the Department of Justice, the United States Senate, and the FCC's Office of General Counsel, and Verizon Communications. So this guy has a foothold in big business, and he has his hold in the United States government. That's how he was able to bring this net neutrality to fruition. Which he's only a pawn of the elites. And if you read the article, it even goes into prison inmate telephone calling costs, because he's the reason why the calling costs in prison have gone up so high. That's why it costs you $10 a pop when you want to call when you're in prison or in some type of jail and you want to call home to your family to let them know what's going on, or to get any type of assistance or aid. So this guy here, man, this guy here is a devil, man. Because he's a pawn for the elites to try and get rid of, trying to make it harder for the truth to get out, man, for knowledge to get out, because all this knowledge is coming out on the elites and on America itself, and around the world, on how dirty Esau is, man, in these other nations, But it's too late, because the end is already here, So what you're doing is stopping the word too late, man. You're stopping the knowledge from getting out too damn late. WikiLeaks is already here. The truth has been here since the 70s. So, and it's in full-fledged swing, man. No matter if you cut the internet off, the truth will still spread by word of mouth. So this is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And it has done that, man. It's done exactly its job. It used the internet that was created for the truth and springboarded off of the internet, man, and went all over the world, And then shall the end come. And this is the part that Esau's afraid, man. This is what he's afraid of, that the end is coming, man, So he's doing his best to hinder the men of the Lord from doing their jobs and to hinder the truth from coming out, Because Esau knows that, that certain men, that most men of the Lord can't afford to do all of this, man, to pay all these fees just to get on these search engines, to get on these sites, just to research, man, and to read, and to bring the truth to the people, man, So he's doing his best to stop that, but he can't, because this is of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, As Jay Rockefeller said, man, you can't stop it now. He almost wishes that they never pressed the button, because now you can't stop it. It's uncontrollable, And as much as they're going to try and regulate it with this anti-net neutrality, man, truth is still going to get out, man. The people are still going to find ways around this and going to use proxy sites and torrents, and VPN, virtual private networks, and different networks like Tor to get around this, man. This Acts 5:39 says, "But if it be of the Most High." This Acts 5:38 says, "And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if the counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it, lest happily be found even to fight against the Most High." So that's exactly what Esau is doing, man, fighting against the Lord. Which he's been doing since his inception, man, since he was king. So, and you can't overthrow this, man, because this is of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And he understands this. But, it's in his spirit to fight, man. Just like the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, man. It's in Esau to do the same thing. But we're here to tell you and We're here to continually tell you, no matter what you do, that you're still going down, man. Your world is over with, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. So with that, I hope you brothers are edified. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakach Quadash, and Shalom and peace and blessings to you, brethren, on the four corners of the earth, pushing His word and truth and sincerity. Shalom.